mean, and I do think that it's important to recognize that there is a certain element of like a necessary breakdown, right? Like a necessary falling that has to take place in order for us to let go of those things, in order for us to, not try to continue to just grab control of the wheel and assume that we can control anything at all. At least this certainly is the case for me. Like I would not have taken the shift that I have taken over these last couple of years if not for an absolutely just epic breakdown where I just completely fell apart and thought that this was basically the end. You know what I mean? And so hopefully not everyone has to get to such an extreme kind of place of just feeling like you're completely in a deep dark hole. But also, like, that's the best thing that ever happened to me because it's only from that any kind of healing is able to take place from there. So yeah, I do think there's a necessary falling down that we all have to go through and just accept and embrace.
Yeah, because if you never break down, you can't rebuild, right? And
Absolutely.
so if you're never
Yes.
breaking down, you're staying stagnant. And we know what
Yes.
happens to stagnant water.
Yes, we do. It gets real nasty. But to put that in like kind of theological terms, there's no resurrection without death, right? Like that's the whole story. And again, particularly modern American Christianity, we love to do an end round around the dying part, and just do the Easter celebration, resurrection, empty tomb, and place it all in like you've got to believe in this thing, and then everything's going to be fine. It's like, okay, well, I've been trying to believe in it, and it's still not fine. Like, well, because we haven't died yet, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
I mean, Jesus said, like, you've got to die to yourself daily. And like, it's amazing to like hear those words now on the other side of all of this to be like he was pointing the way the whole freaking time, man. Like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Like we just got to let that ego stuff just die and be willing to go through, do the hard work because that's where the resurrection comes.
And it's so interesting how that parallels on such a global
Yeah.
level, right? If you
Yes.
look at Mother Nature in and of itself,
Exactly right.
I mean,
Exactly
not
right.
so much down here in South Florida, but like you have winter
Right.
months. Like what happens during the winter? Like the leaves shrivel, they die, they fall off. You have these skeleton trees, right? Like
Yes.
animals go into hibernation, like whatever. And like that is like that. It's a death. Like it's not a true death, but it is.
Right.
And we
But it
have these
is. It's the
cycles.
pattern.
And then
Yes.
you have springtime and you have the new growth and
Yes.
all the babies are being born,
Yes.
right? Like it's a whole
Totally.
thing. And like I think I always use the butterfly and the chrysalis, right? Or the moth and the cocoon, whatever way. And and yeah, like you're no longer the caterpillar.
Right.
You have a
Right.
complete rebuild. And so we see so many examples of this in the earth alone. So it doesn't
Yes.
have to be like, I
Yes.
mean, for you, yes, but like for the
Yeah.
masses, it
Right.
doesn't have
Right.
to be about Jesus. Like
Exactly
if
right.
this Jew can
Exactly right.
understand it, like, you know what I mean? By the way, that's why Jews are always early because we don't want to miss another thing.
That's beautiful. I love it.
I
But
always
no,
say
you're
that's the
exactly
only
right.
difference between Jews and Christians is 15 minutes.
Right.
Like we
Right.
just missed the resurrection and now we don't believe it happened.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sorry,
That is
gotta throw a
awesome.
little humor in there.
Amen. Amen. But no, you're exactly right. And I think like that's part of the point for me is, and that's what I love to point out, like at Easter time is like actually this whole story isn't about this one thing that happened one time 2,000 years ago. Go outside and look around. Like, it's particularly during Easter time, like spring is springing, right? There is new life bursting forth everywhere. And it is only because of that cycle and that pattern of death, life, death, and
Life,
new
death, and
life, right?
rebirth.
Like that's how this goes. And all Jesus is doing in that story or in that experience is recreating that pattern.
Yes.
Like nature is always the best teacher, like hands down, nature is always the best teacher. You want to get closer to whatever your higher power is, go sit in nature for 10 minutes without your phone